Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand for the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Dr. Finian Tan, President of California InterContinental University, faculty and staff, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third commencement ceremony of California InterContinental University. This auspicious occasion brings together outstanding people who have arrived at another milestone in their lives. We have about 80 graduates this year. Being an international and online school, not everyone could be here today, but they will be celebrating this occasion virtually. My dear graduates, today we celebrate your achievement. The months of hard work, sacrifices, struggles, trials and tribulations become tangible today. This moment is real. Your VPA dream goal has come true. Congratulations. Allow me to recognize the members of your dream team who are here today to celebrate this joyous moment with us. The first team, your family and friends. Will the family and friends please stand? Thank you for your tremendous support and encouragement for your loved ones. Thank you for joining us today. The second team, CalU faculty and CalU staff, will you please stand? Thank you for your tireless effort in ensuring a positive CalU experience. Thank you. Please be seated. As you know, when you write your papers, we ask you to cite sources. You can't get a good grade without citing sources. So today, I cite Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I have the good fortune of working with a very accomplished colleague who personifies this belief. Please join me in welcoming our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Troy Rowland.
Thank you very much, Dr. Inserto. I once read that there are three most quoted people during speeches: Sir Winston Churchill, Yogi Berra, and Homer Simpson. And so in the interest of academic scholarship, I will quote Sir Churchill, who uttered very important words about giving speeches. Be brief, be concise, and then be seated. And so in the interest of moving things forward, I will be brief and concise with my remarks today. This is a very important time for you. You are moving to a point in your lives where you will now become alum. You're no longer students. And this is a great passing of your life, moving to a new direction. And it's an honor for us to acknowledge you for this achievement. There's another important hallmark in my life that I've also got to see that is reminiscent of where we are today. When I got to see the first person of color elected as the President of the United States. Now, before I begin this portion of the speech, I want to make sure of one thing. This is not a debate about the right versus the left. I will let all the political pundits handle that particular portion. But this is important because it's about achievement. It's about belief. And it's about goals, and it's about a vision. When President Obama elected to run and become president of this United States, he ran a campaign that was not based on slander. He ran a campaign that was based on a positive approach. And that positive approach was something that at that particular point in time, our nation needed to hear. He talked about belief, values, and a mission. And he uttered three important words that I'd like to repeat today, and that was, yes, we can. And when you decided to enroll at CalUniversity, when you made that decision to come to our institution for your degree pursuits, somewhere deep inside of you, you uttered those same words, yes, I can. And so this is about you and what you've done and your accomplishment. And so as President Obama continued to move through the annals of his election and he had a vision. And that vision was to unite this nation in a different way. You also shared that same vision when you decided to demonstrate the perseverance that it would take. Because you're not students who have enrolled at this institution like many of the traditional places. Many of you struggle with lives and commitments, families, work schedules, things along those lines that makes it far more difficult in many ways for you to pursue this degree. And that's why it's an important hallmark of achievement for you. And so I'd like to just share with you just a few people when I got to Washington, D.C. that I was able to meet at that wonderful opportunity. I met a gentleman in his 70s who was African American, who went to college, on a collegiate scholarship. And his scholarship was to play basketball at a time when persons of color were only allowed a quota of 1 or 2 on a basketball team. And obviously those times have significantly changed, haven't they? This gentleman went to school, got his degree, lived a very successful life, went back, got his PhD, and lived a very successful career in higher education. And his name was Wallace. And I asked him, I said, Wallace, what does this occasion mean to you? Please tell me. He said, young man, before I could believe in yes, we can, I had to tell myself, yes, I can. And I also met a cab driver who was from the Middle East, who moved out here, brought his family of 2 children under 10 years old. He came here with the belief. He struggled, obviously, with meager earnings. And I asked him, I said, what does this accomplishment mean to you? He said, now I can honestly and truly look at my children and tell them they can be anything in this nation and not be telling them a lie. And so, graduates, I bring this back to you. Remember this day. Burn its image in your mind, because life will offer you challenges along the way. And when it does, you look back at this day, you look at that degree, hopefully posted on your wall, and you tell yourselves, yes, I can. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Rowland. Now I bring you to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Walt Disney said that if you can dream it, you can do it. At CalU, our dreams become doable, in part with the governance of the Academic Council. The Council is responsible for recommending the development of programs that are pragmatic and responsive to the demands of current and prospective students. With us today is the chair of the Academic Council. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kamal Inamdar.
I'm going to request 2 things for you to say. First, good morning. No, that's not loud. Even louder. There we go. This side say congratulations to that side. Even louder. And this side says thank you to that side. Thank you very much. See, you will not be there unless they were supporting you. Of course, we are there to help you out. I remember one student recently, and I'm not going to go into name. I'm very happy that student is here today. That student was calling me 5 times a day. And it was not happy, I'm telling you. It was at times was not very pleasant. That student is here today, so I'm very happy for that student. And he was struggling for that very last moments to complete his work, and he knew, and I keep saying he, I'm being half clear. He knew that he had to complete the assignment so that he would come. And he worked around the clock, and I told him very clearly, I says, I'm spending a lot of time with you. And then I started to realize the fact that, you know what, I was in that same shoes 4 years ago, except my chair was a dean of Pepperdine University, and I couldn't put that emphasis so much that he did. So I congratulate you all. The second request I had to make to those students, when you go back to your home, do us a favor. Make CalU a very popular school. Tell them that we are here. This is a faculty who teaches here. And by the way, I'm an engineer, so I'm not a very good speaker. But I tried to say something nice, and my simple message to all of you is please go back and give referrals and help us to grow. You have been part of the growth, so you're leaving now. That vacancy has to be filled in. And that vacancy has to be filled in more than one time. Bring in more students. So that's the second thing. And the third important message that I wanted to give to our faculty is to thank you very much for allowing me to be the chair. We need to go a long ways. One thing I just recently realized that if we help our students, they look up to us. Simple things I've tried this year is that go on online WebEx meetings. My students are sending me messages, Dr. K, Dr. Inamdar, and he or she's going to be a graduate soon too in about 15 or 20 years. So when the students are telling me, meeting me on a Sunday morning, he says, Dr. K, this is my time to go to my church. However, I enjoy being with you so much, so I am going to be with you. A person who's defending our nation, and he says, Dr. Inamdar, this is the first time I'm hearing your voice. And what do you mean by that? He says, this is the first time I'm hearing a voice. a teacher giving a presentation. So what I have created is a atmosphere, an ambiance of they are just in my class, except Sunday morning, which used to be my favorite day for NFL teams, watching games, right? I cannot do that. Because guess what? I'm live, so whatever background noise is, if I'm jumping up and down because my Cleveland Browns are doing well, I cannot share that. By the way, I have been supporting teams that are not very good in winning. And that's not the underdog that I'm trying to pick. But I keep my faith in people that I have. Students who have worked with me, they have also known the fact that we are a great school. And once in a while, we do have to tell students something that's not very pleasant. And that's something we try to help. One last thing I will share with you. 2009 seems like a long time ago, but and one of the things I've said to people, when you're aging, time seems to go faster, and time is seeming to go faster for me. 2009 was the year that I had to complete my thesis, and I had to complete my professional license in project management. I completed both of it in less than 1 month. So folks, I came to this country with 75 cents in my pocket. Guess how much money do I have today? 75 cents. But the valuable thing that I have with me today is education and pride and an honor to teach you. So thank you very much, and hope that you will prosper when you go out. And please make sure you take our school's name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Inamda. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us today the President of California InterContinental University and the Chairman of Vickers Capital Group. Please welcome Dr. Finian Tan.
Good morning, everyone. I had come today all prepared to give a speech that I gave last year. And I met one of the graduates this morning, and she said, oh, so nice to meet you. And, you always give such good speeches. So I said, have you graduated from here before? And she said, no, but we all watched the video of your previous speeches. So now I'm totally unprepared, so please bear with me. I thought I'd share with you a little bit of my life and the challenges I faced, and the lessons that I've learned, and hopefully it can do a little in sort of, I guess, helping you accomplish things that you aim to do, and maybe overcome some challenges. It's still work in progress, so I'm learning every day as well, together with you. I went to university in England. I'm a Singaporean. I was born and bred in Singapore, and I went to university in England. And one of my biggest days, obviously, was graduating with a doctorate. So many of you are graduating with a doctorate. I think there's one person who's graduating with a bachelor's, and I hope you will continue your studies with CalU. But one of the biggest days was graduating with a doctorate, because after that, suddenly I'm called a doctor. And that was really nice. And it suddenly felt as if all the hard work, paid off. And it remains with you for the rest of your life. So it's like short-term sacrifice for really, really long-term benefits, a few years. And then you have it with you for the rest of your life. And it's done a lot of great things for me, because when you have a PhD or a doctorate or a DBA, at least people don't really need to ask you about your academic qualifications or whether you studied for a long time, etc., because everything is already known because you have a PhD or a doctorate. So that has served me really in good stead, and it's allowed me to have the opportunities that I've had. One of the first few opportunities that I had was to be a Deputy Secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry in the Government of Singapore. I served in the administration for a few years, and that opened my eyes to how to run a country and how difficult that is, because it's a very thankless job. But it gave me a really macro view. I became a Deputy Secretary after a stint in Goldman Sachs. I was head of J. Aaron in Singapore, and very happy trading and doing my own thing. And suddenly I was asked to be a deputy secretary and join the administration. And it was a very tough decision, obviously, because it's a thankless job, low pay, very high honor. So I decided to take that job. And when I was doing that, it was a real crossroads in my life. I realized that I wasn't really that happy in my previous role because it didn't, I guess, put all my interests and my strengths together. What I really felt that I wanted to do was to be a venture capitalist. I'm an engineer. I have a finance training from Goldman. I'm Chinese, which is like I guess, the biggest opportunity at that time and still today. And venture capital to me was perhaps the perfect combination of all my skill sets and all my interests and all the opportunity. But I didn't have any experience to be a venture capitalist. And how do I get to be a venture capitalist? I was a trader, I was in Goldman, investment banker, but I had no experience. So I started reading a lot about venture capital. I started traveling the world, I started talking to venture capitalists and understanding more, and soon giving a few speeches about it because I read a lot about it. So I was a theoretical venture capitalist, but no practical experience. So it was a door that I kept banging away at. And after many years, finally an opportunity arose. I was offered a position in a venture capital company as a sort of a junior partner, and I decided to take the leap. And the first investment that I made was a company called Baidu. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the company. It's in China. It's the Google of China. And I invested at a valuation of like 20 million, and now it's 40 billion. So it just went ballistic, just like Facebook and Google and every other company. And that was my first investment. And with that came, financial security, success, a track record, and then I, made more and more investments. And finally, after so many years as a venture capitalist, I've stumbled onto a company that I believe could truly, truly change the world. It's actually based in the US, even though I'm an Asian-based venture capitalist. This is a company that is based in San Diego, not far from here. Gives me more excuse to spend more time in LA. This company is called SamuMed, and we believe it will cure 40% of the world's cancers and many other diseases. And I can talk to any of you more about it later if you're interested. But it's just blowing my mind, the scope of this, the potential of this company. Besides these two companies that have really made a huge impression on me, the third sort of most important company or organization that I've started is CalU. It's been a long labor of love. We got our first license to operate as a university way back in 2009. 2009 we got DETC accreditation. We got our first license to operate in 2005. And so it's now been 7 years of labor of love. And the reason why we started this was not purely to make a profit-making institution, but I guess to give back. I started life as a lecturer in Cambridge University. I taught for a while, but I decided that, this is not everything I want to do in my life. There's so many more things that I want to do that the university won't allow me. But I had a deep interest in educating. I had a deep interest in giving back, and I had a very deep interest in teaching and grooming and, I guess, shaping students and make them successful. So it gives me great pleasure to see all of you graduating today and help us build CalU into something special. So please spread the word and ask your friends, family, etc. to come to CalU. At the end of the day, CalU is only as good as our graduates. So I hope we can do this together. Congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tan. Well, here is the moment the class of 2012 has been waiting for. Will the candidate for the Bachelor of Business Administration please stand? Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please stand? Oh, we don't have any? Will the candidates for the Doctor of Business Administration please stand? Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by authority of the Board of Directors of California InterContinental University, I hereby confer upon these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration and the Doctor of Business Administration. Congratulations. The graduates will now receive their diplomas from Dr. Tan and Dr. Rowland. Will you please stand in line here? We start with the Bachelor of Business Administration. Fabio Sotelo. Okay, congratulations. Dr. Julie Ann Carson.
This has been a long struggle, but so worth it. I'm so glad to be at this point in my academic career. I wish to thank all my professors for their guidance and support in getting here. Most importantly, to my kids and husband for their encouragement and love. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Dr. Julie Carson. Dr. Monsi Jurgensen. Dr. Marshall Cowell. Dr. Tracy McClellan.
It's been a long time coming. Traveled a long way to be here this morning. Greetings to the president of this college, the faculty, and the graduates of CalU. Today is one of the happiest days of my life. I want to thank God for this opportunity, the president again of CalU, my family, including my wonderful husband, Leroy, and my daughter, Brianna, who traveled all the way from Georgia here to see this day with me today. I also want to thank the nurses across this great nation who saw something in me that I hope and I pray I'm able to become for them. I am so grateful today for that unyielding presumption of promise. It was prophetically spoken over 20 years ago that there would be a great nursing leader, a great person to lead people, a person of intellect, a person of great courage and extreme passion in the healthcare profession. But who would have ever imagined that they were talking about me? A poor little girl raised by a single parent as the eldest of three, very, very poor. Very humble beginnings. Who would have ever imagined? So I struggled through high school, I struggled through getting into college, and then I struggled to get out of college. But today, this day has come. On my journey, in spite of disappointments, difficulties, and objections, I've learned through it all to see every defeat as a challenge. And I've learned to use and to utilize my God-given talent. I am thankful today for CalU, for pressing upon me the presumption of brilliance, that even I have something that's worth sharing with this world. As a registered nurse, a nursing entrepreneur, and a healthcare provider, I recognize that I am a culmination of the people here at CalU and the people who have embarked upon me over the years to be the best that I can be, to dream a bigger dream, to reach deeper, to become more. With the knowledge I have gained from CalU, I am able now to emerge, encourage, reach, teach, and inspire a country of healthcare providers across this nation and internationally. To my husband again, who has spent the last 23 years teaching me that through tenacity and perseverance, I can achieve my wildest dreams, and that dreams do come true. Thank you again, CalU.
Dr. Thompson Lucas.
Thank you, everybody. Traveled all the way from Columbus, Ohio. I have no speech prepared, but I traveled all the way. I said, I might say some words before I fly back. Just want to thank everybody. Thank the chairman, thank the faculty. I came to Los Angeles on Friday, and I decided that I'll do some things before I graduate. So yesterday, I did run the rock and roll half marathon. I'm really tired. Just want to go back tonight. Just wanted to say thanks to Dr. Kelly. She's not here. She was amazing when I was writing my capstone project. I started off very, very badly with my capstone, and she was a very open person, and she said, what is this? So I had to go back and redo everything. somehow I managed it, and somehow I'm here. Wanted to thank my wife. She kind of tagged along. I've been dragging her for everything. She stood for 2.5 hours for the half rock and roll yesterday. But thanks a lot for everybody. Just want to go back home. Thanks.
Dr. Suma Gandhi. Dr. Scott Vowels. Dr. Kimberly Irving.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank this university, CalUniversity, to allow me to attend this school and graduate today with my doctorate in global management and leadership. I was greatly impressed with this school and Dr. Inserto when she flew to San Antonio, Texas to follow up with the students. That was so impressive. I believe that education is a key to freedom. That is my goal, my belief, and my vision. This degree adds value to my life. Value cannot be equated in dollars and cents. My daughter, April, I have taught her education is the key to freedom, and that girl is following in my footsteps, and I am so proud of her. I've been going to school for about 2/3 of my life and finally achieved the doctorate. I see the value in a good education. This university provides it, and I definitely will let all my friends and family know. And to my parents, I'm finally done, and to my boyfriend Dewey for paying for this education and always supporting me, saying, hang in there, you're going to get it done. Thank you again.
Dr. Blanche Ann Shinosky.
I would just like to thank my wonderful family for being here with me today and for their support and encouragement. My children, Joseph T. Shinosky, Reverend Joseph T. Shinosky, Thomas Shinosky, my other son, Bernadette Heffelfinger, my sister, and Joseph Shinosky. I would also like to thank all my professors and Dr. Inserto for everything they've done for me. Thank you.
Dr. Washdi Agnasios.
I'll make a quick speech. I want to congratulate everyone who graduated today, not only myself. And special thanks to CalUniversity for their support and the staff. Special thanks to Dr. Inserto and Andrea Clark for helping me. Special thanks goes to my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be here. Most likely I will be in Disneyland. But thank you thanks for her support and my family's support. God bless you all. Thank you.
Dr. Augustus Inaris.
I'd like to thank Cal University, Dr. Rowland, Dr. Tan, Dr. Inserto, of course my family for flying over here and spending some time during this moment. It was a lot of fun, the program. It was a lot of fun. We were able to learn the principles and concepts and apply them to the actual people, and it made a difference. So, thanks a lot.
Dr. Juan Carlos Gashit.
Good morning, everyone over here. First of all, I want to thank the Cal University team, faculty members, Dr. Inamdar, Dr. Tutant, Dr. Inserto. They have been taking me all the way along this journey to earn my doctorate in business, global business and leadership. My family is always supporting me, my parents, Berta, Juan, my wife Claudia, my daughters Monique and Lisette, and my son Giancarlo. I set the bar in the education for them to follow through and also be successful in life. Thank you all, and I made it. Thanks to you.
And ladies and gentlemen, our very own Dr. Andrea Clark. Dr. Clark has spoken with you many times, so she doesn't want to make a speech. And the rest of our graduates will receive their diplomas virtually. Thank you very much, Dr. Rowland and Dr. Tan.
Thank you.
Please be seated. Before we begin our recessional, let us pause to ponder on Dr. Suez's admonition. He said, "You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You will decide where to go. Please decide to become active CalU alumni." Congratulations, class of 2012.